Seahawks. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday Night Primetime. So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olsen here in the booth. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Throwing right away is Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 4. They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And he will get into the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. That touchdown gives him 18 on the season. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And he'll get forward for a couple. George Karlaftis there to make the play.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Go set. They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, 4th. Throwing, Darnold. Got a man, that's Garner. first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
On first and 10, here comes Walker. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Drew Tranquill up to make the tackle. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go play action with Darnold. Rolling right. Escaping the danger. Throwing and completed. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now he's got third down coming up. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
So it's fourth down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. It finds the hands of Marquise Brown. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Here's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Contact occurs just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down. On fourth down, here's Blake Gillikin to punt. This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Here's Darnold. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Darnold to throw on second down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
3rd and 5. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. We'll talk things over before third down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. It's complete. He's got caught. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, as we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw again is Darnold. Open man is Horton. It's caught.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Darnold to the air once more. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
It's 3rd and 4. Here's Darnold again. They'll look to set up the screen here. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. The run up the middle, it's Walker. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Second down and 8. Once again, it's Walker. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Now the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This one will be from 37 yards out. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Chiefs on top. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This one will be from 37 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
It's Xavier Worthy on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. First and 10, it's Mahomes. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there, and it'll bring up second down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. This caught right side by Worthy. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. And the Chiefs have a first down.
It's a gain of 10. And the first down, Chiefs.
Here's Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Third and long. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout here. Talk things over before third down. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. The pressure gets there, and down he goes, back inside the 20-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu, he's in for the sack, and it will lead to fourth and very long. This is taken at the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. start the drive. Hey, that's about as exciting a one-yard run as you're going to see all game. Found a way to dodge that first would-be tackler, but not much after that.
At the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 9. On the ground, it's Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold them to no gain.
Third down and 9. To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. Jackson Smith and Big Bob, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
The RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. It's going to be third. They need 1. Mahomes. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the first down. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and They were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. Throwing is Mahomes. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Big strides, look at him go! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Throwing, Donald. Taken in right side by Barner. He'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We're back to Seattle after this. 2nd and inches. Darnold. As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. Open, left side is Barner. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Darnold to throw again. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Second and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That's taken in by Horton. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They do indeed snap as they'll try and throw.
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
putting the tight end in motion. A first down throw for Mahomes. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Here's a third down and 4. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line to the official signal. He's got enough for the first down. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. Open man, that's Devin Duvernay. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. We'll try again here. Second and 10.
Second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
He'll get up and clock it here, and they're set up to possibly get 3 before the break. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This will be a 41-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs going to open up a 17-3 lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown. From the 35, it's first and 10.
Go set.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Darnold now to throw. Downfield. He's got Horton. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Here's Darnold again. That's going to be incomplete. Good work. And the defender prodding his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. He's got a man. That's Horton. They hook up again. Second time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards and a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
On play action, here's Darnold. Out to his right. On throw here, right side. Falls incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. They run with Walker. And he's able to find the crease. Get ahead for 7. He'll bring up third down.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game. Force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Get this complete to Horton. And he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the 3rd quarter. They convert on 4th down. Darnold to throw. They're trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Darnold to the air once more. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon. And frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
On 3rd down, they go with Walker. He stopped at the 11, but that is enough. A 1st down picked up as they are getting close.
What a nice drive this continues to turn out to be. I mean, to continue to maintain possession and sustain this drive, you can feel the defense is starting to wear down. So they had an opportunity there to get off the field and come away with a 3rd down stop, but they pick up just enough and get a fresh set of downs.
Now give to Walker, running right, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Darnold to throw on 2nd down. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. Like you find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Here comes Worthy to return. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. Throw on the run is complete. And it'll be marked out up at the 34-yard line. That catch number 80 in this campaign. And it gives his team a 1st down.
And the 1st down, Chiefs.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. They'll get it up 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 6. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And I think when you look back on the first half, this was an element of the defense that really was missing. There was a lot of open windows, a ton of green grass for the receivers to make uncontested catches. So nice change of pace here. Continue to force the issue and make these guys earn the catch.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. Darnold now on 1st and 10. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. There's a short one taken in by Barney. They're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Darnold to throw on 1st down. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help them at all.
To the middle, it's cut. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Great run after the catch in the open field. A pickup of 24.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Quickly to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. That is catch number 60 for the season.
And I think it's really been to all of our surprise. We haven't really had to say his name very much so far, and I think you can give the defense all the credit for that. There's his first catch of the game, and it comes here in the third quarter.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Darnold to throw again. And this will be knocked up. Incomplete. Penalty flag down in the backfield. Usually a sign of a hold. To throw again is Darnold. Taken in right side by Barner. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some. Second down, they need 3. Now, Darnold. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
They'll let the fullback try to push the punt.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll run for it with Charbonnet. And he will have the Seahawks 1st down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Walker. Not much happening there, just a short game.
He was first down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. Humphrey very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Darnold. This is caught 2. And he will score. Game on. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The Seahawks will line up for the 2-point conversion.
To throw is Darnold. That's caught. So they get the 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, that 11-point deficit down to just a field goal here in the fourth.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy is better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Duvernay on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. That's complete to Wright. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down. Mahomes. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And the defense can't go up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Mahomes now to throw again. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. It's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. That is fielded at the 13. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Oh, the ball's out.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Off the play fake. Mahomes. That's caught. Travis Kelce. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
First down, Kansas City.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Here's 2nd and 6. Man in motion is Brown. Mahomes going to push this one forward. And he's going to be close to the first down. Out of bounds just a little short. Need to pick it up on 3rd down. He'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. 2 more touchdowns for him here. Now 19 for the year. And Butker on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. A short one taken at the 10. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. To throw on 1st down is Darnold. Taking the deep shot for Smith-Njigba. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
On 2nd down, it's Darnold. Pass right side, that is hauled in by Horton. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. On 3rd and a yard, here's Darnold. There's that man again, another catch. 1st and 10. Here's Darnold again. That one swung out wide to Walker. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Darnold to the air once more. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Trent McDuffie. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. On the ground, here's Pacheco. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. Once again, it's Pacheco. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. That's his second touchdown tonight. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. There. Good defense. Held to no gain.
At the 36-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. They'll run right. Here's Walker. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. always key, tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Seattle.